Yesterday, December 9th, 2025, approximately 6:29 p.m., officers from the Scranton Police Department were dispatched to the Hotel Jermyn following multiple 911 calls of a male armed with a machete attacking victims inside the building. Callers reported screams, visible blood, with one caller identifying herself as a victim. Many patrol officers arrived very quickly. They apprehended the suspect when he was departing the crime scene on foot. Then they made entry into the building and searched for victims. 3 women and 1 canine were located on the 6th floor, all with severe stab wounds. I'm going to read you a summary right now from the affidavit. It's an affidavit that will be handed out to you at the end of this briefing. Investigators reviewed the video surveillance from inside the Jermyn Apartments and observed the suspect, Michael Willie Marquis Woods, leaving his apartment, number 612, and walking down the hallway with a machete. As he proceeds, witness number 1 is seen entering victim 2's apartment, which is number 608. Woods follows witness 1 into apartment 608 and goes out of camera view. Shortly afterward, witness 1 and victim 2 exit apartment 608 on their cell phones, with Woods still behind them, still holding a machete. As Woods approaches the elevator area, the elevator doors open, and victim number 1 steps off. Woods attacks victim number 1 by stabbing her in the chest, causing her to fall to the floor. He then attacks victim 2 by throwing her to the ground and stabbing her in the chest. Witness 1 manages to safely reach her apartment around the corner. At this point, victim number 3 opens her door to her apartment, and Woods forces his way inside, attacking her by stabbing her in the chest. Woods then enters the elevator and takes it down to the first floor lobby. He exits the Jermyn Apartments onto Biden Street, where he's apprehended by police officers. He was still in possession of a machete. Victim number 1 is a 61-year-old female who resides in the Jermyn Apartments. She is deceased due to her injuries from the machete attack. Victim number 2 is a 59-year-old female who resides in the Jermyn Apartments. She is deceased due to her injuries from the machete attack, as well as her dog. Victim number 3 is a 66-year-old female who resides in the Jermyn Apartments. She is in critical condition from the injuries sustained from the machete attack. We are very proud of our officers, their bravery, their decisive actions, and their life-saving medical aid they rendered during this horrific event. We thank the Scranton Fire Department for their swift response and Pennsylvania Ambulance for their critically important life-saving efforts. Most sincerely, the Scranton Police Department extends their deepest condolences to the families affected by this tragic event. This remains an active criminal investigation by the Scranton Police Department and the Lackawanna-County District Attorney's Office. At this time, I'll ask District Attorney Brian Gallagher to come to the podium.
Thank you, Chief. Good afternoon, everyone. The defendant, Michael Woods, age 38, originally a resident of Jersey City, New Jersey, relocated here in 2020. He is being charged with 2 counts of criminal homicide, 1 count of attempted criminal homicide and related offenses, as well as 1 count of aggravated animal cruelty. As the chief said, this was a gruesome, reprehensible, and senseless act of violence where 3 women and a service dog were attacked in the hallway of the 6th floor of their apartment building. The vast majority of this incident, the vast majority, is all on video surveillance, and it is horrific to watch. The offender and victims were residents of the Jermyn Hotel, and the motive and reasons for his actions remain under further investigation. Again, there is no immediate danger to the public or to our community. I want to personally commend the Scranton Police Department for their swift response, professionalism, and decisive action. The quickness of their response ensured that this person, who was an extremely dangerous individual, was apprehended without further harm to the community. And as horrible as this incident was, it could have been worse. He was apprehended on the sidewalk of Biden Street in Wyoming Avenue. It's Christmas, the mall's right there, there are other patrons and bars and restaurants, and but for their intervention, this could have been a little bit worse. So I want to especially recognize Chief Carroll and Deputy Chief Lafferty for their leadership last night and continued leadership in the wake of this case. I want to express gratitude to members of our teams who worked all night last night and slept here, quite frankly, so that we're able to bring charges today and provide the public with some answers. So thank you to Deputy District Attorney Cinderella, Detective Jason Hyler, Detective Mike Schultz, and Detective Christian Guardi, who moved so swiftly and quickly so that we're here today. And I just want to comment on what law enforcement and EMTs see every day. You know, even though law enforcement and first responders sign up to face danger and we expect difficult scenes, they are still human. What they witnessed last night, what is present on those surveillance videos, is pure evil. No training can ever prepare you to make tragedies like that routine. Watching members of our community fight for their life while they're being stabbed with a machete is unbearable. But watching EMS and police respond in the face of that so decisively is truly incredible. That doesn't erase the trauma of having to perform in that environment. And we need to ensure that we're here for our police officers and our EMTs. I would like to express my condolences to the victims and their families and reiterate how proud we are from the DA's office in Lackawanna-County to stand with the Scranton Police Department and their members and emergency personnel who carry images like this with them every day as they continue to protect us. Again, as the chief said, additional information will become available as we move forward. The identities of the victim will be released as soon as next of kin are notified and are comfortable with us releasing the names. We'd ask all of you to give them some space and dignity that they deserve in this unimaginable tragedy. Anyone with additional information related to this incident, or Mr. Woods, or his background, please reach out to the Scranton Police Department and ask for Detective Hyler, Detective Guardi, or Detective Schultz so that we can get all the information we need to call them and provide information confidentially. Although charges are filed in this case, it's truly at its inception. Why this happened, how it happened. We have a lot of digging to do, but it's our job to ensure it doesn't happen again. With that, I want to thank you all for being here. We'll take any questions we can answer at this point.
The current documents have indicated that he made statements that he had smoked a piece of heat. Has that been confirmed or that?
Yeah, as it relates to that, Joe, that's under current investigation. We don't know that right now. We'll have some answers as we move forward for you, but I don't want to speculate as to any type of drug or mental health defense or anything like that. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jerry.
Attorney Gallagher, I think I hear you saying that you haven't determined whether he had a relationship with these women or the gut of why this happened.
Yeah, at this point, the motive is unknown. We know that they resided in that building, all the victims and the defendant. All of that is, again, I don't have a lot of answers on that regard. Really, this was about getting the charges filed, making sure he is where he is. He's currently incarcerated at the Lackawanna-County Prison and is being held without bail pursuant to Pennsylvania law.
Do we know of any sort of connection between Woods and the victims beyond just that they lived on the same floor?
Not that I'm comfortable revealing at this point, Joe.
Do you know how much of them had lived in, on that floor? How long?
So, as it relates to the victims, I do not know that. I believe Mr. Woods moved into that apartment about 2 years ago, roughly, give or take a few months. Yeah. Okay, that was it.
And that's a building that caters to low to moderate income people, right? People who were disabilities,
I believe so.
elderly,
Yeah, I believe so. I couldn't speak to that really off the top of my head. I'm not familiar really with that facility.
At this point, have there been any, incidences like this that have happened in the city of Scranton that you're able that you're aware of at this point?
Like in the past?
Like in the past, yeah.
No, nothing. Listen, this is a horrific event. God, the most significant one was probably 20 years ago with Randall Rushing. This doesn't happen often here. Right? Anything else?
We sort of live in an age of where we're always worried that a mass casualty event could happen anywhere. I'm wondering if the police department speak to sort of the level of preparedness that it shows that the Scranton Police Department has in dealing with certain events.
Chief. Yeah.
I think that this event itself is your answer. How quickly we were able to mass the amount of officers that arrived on scene and able to apprehend the suspect before he even broke containment, before he got away from the building. That is huge. We do have an extensive program for an active threat situation, and that's what we responded to yesterday. And it validates our training. Yesterday's response validates our training. Thank you.
I have just a quick question. Are you guys going to be releasing the mugshot? Because I think that the department can.
Releasing the mugshot?
Yeah.
Yes, that'll be part of your packet. We'll hand out the other day. Okay, thank you all for coming. That's all we have for now.